don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you!
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the Make Toy Citybot 03P, as in Paul, Devil Stinger. This is the recoloring of their Pandemus figure so that it would be Black Zarek from, what was it? It wasn't Victory, it was Masterforce. So, I don't really see much of him until the very end of it, but I wanted it. I also want to see how it's going to fare with the Fans Hobby Double Evil. I know some people have compared this to the other, whatever it was, Double Evil that's out there, but Overlord, the other Overlord that was out there. But I want to see how this one works. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. I've already pulled everything out of the box. I'm going to pause right here and show you everything you get in the box that's not in this clamshell now. With any luck at this point, you should have seen a montage of the various things I pulled out of the packaging. I am going to go ahead, I know you can't see much of this, I'm going to go ahead, pull it out of the packaging, and lay everything out here so we can take a look at it. Alright, so I've got it out of the box, and this is pretty much everything that came with it. We got the instructions, which are right here, the sword thingy, the tail. There's actually 4 of these claw extenders, and it comes packaged just like this. So I'm going to zoom in here so you all can see some of the details that I can see from where I'm at. We've got, there's the claw coming down. Yeah. So the reason I'm doing this video, a little bit more detail there. The reason I'm doing this video is very simple. In all of the videos that I saw on this, and granted there weren't that many, at least not the ones that pulled up in my feed, nobody transformed it. They kept saying, well, it's the exact same transformation as Pandemus. I don't have Pandemus. So for me, I wanted to see this thing transformed. So what am I going to do? I'm going to transform it. What do y'all think about that? You think we can get through that? I'm pretty sure we can. Why am I in shadow? Get out of here, Nemesis. So we'll deal with this, and actually I'll go through the process of putting it together. I know that the tail has to be screwed on, so I'll figure out how to do that. And I imagine it's with that screw that you probably can't see right there. Right. That big shiny spot right there is a screw. Right there. So I imagine it goes on right there. I'll figure it out, I'll look at the directions, and we'll go from there. So I unboxed it, and I attached the tail. It was just that screw right there. And the tail then comes up like that, and we're looking at that. Now I'm going to follow the directions here, and it starts, it looks like transformation here. So looks like I pull the tail up and then back down, and then I start moving these things. So why don't we see what I can do with this. So we're here at the back end. According to the directions, there are 2 slots right here that you hopefully can see, and at the very top here there are 2 pegs. So we bring it down and we connect it. Let me see if I can do this. There. I got it. It's supposed to look just kind of like this. at least according to what the directions show. Now the next step, according to the directions, is that we move this piece and this piece 4 clicks this way. So let's see what we can do. I don't know if that was 4 or 5, but either way. 2, 3, 4. Right here it says we move it 4 clicks up. So, oh, I think that was 5. Alright, rotate the claws 180 degrees. They're already just the claws. So there's a claw. There's a claw. Okay. Now we That's already down. Okay, this apparently comes up, and that does something. Whoops. No. Stay together. Don't get it. There we go. Okay. I must obviously be missing something here. Okay. Here we're trying to make it work here. I don't think we're where we're supposed to be here. This shows this coming up. Some way or another. Why is everything so daggone difficult? Alright, let me pause and figure it out. Okay, so I think I've got it the way it's supposed to go. Basically, you just set this part up, you rotate these things around, these things 180 degrees, you lift this up, you rotate the helmet, and you just put this on here, which doesn't want to stay anyway. So, yeah, it's not complicated or complex to get it to this point, but it's not exactly fun, I guess is what I would say. I need to do some scale comparisons, I guess, in this mode. So give me a minute and I'll take a few pictures. Alright, so I'm gonna show now how to put on the guards here to extend the claws. Let's see, it probably would have helped if I'd actually paid attention to what I was doing before I said I was going to do it. We'll just muddle through. There's bound to be a trick to this some way or another, right? Good answer. Alright, so yeah, they just slide on here. It's a nice tight connection, so it gives quite a bit of length on there without really taking away all that much. So why don't we go on and transform from Temple mode into Scorpion mode. So the first thing we do to transform it back into Scorpion mode, according to the directions here, is we collapse the ramp and looks like we remove it. So actually we can just like that. And that extends, that comes apart. Okay, I learned something new today. Don't tell anybody, they'll expect me to remember it. So we take that And push this back down. Okay. Now we apparently we bring this part up 4 clicks on both sides. And that makes him rather back heavy at this point. Okay. These legs are going to come up, and there's actually a slot right here. I imagine they're going to go in. So why don't we see about that? Okay, now they're in. Get those out of the way. And it looks like this part goes to the back. So I'll just come in here. That's not a very strong connection, not in the slightest. Let's see here. So here we have Devil Stinger in his Scorpion mode. And let me back out just a tinch so that you all can get a better perspective. Alright, I can't seem to find my tape measure, so we're going to use this thing I stole from my wife. So from here to here, we're looking at about 21 inches, give or take. The tail will go up as high as you need it to. In this mode, you're looking at about 17 and a half, I would say. Alright, articulation. This moves up and down. The shoulder does. You can move it around. Goes in and out. This rotates. The claws move. The head moves. The tail moves. That's pretty much your articulation. So, yeah, I guess the next step would be to get it into robot mode. The very first thing we do here is we take off this piece, and if yours is anything like mine, your legs are probably going to fall off. That's part of it. It's tabbed in here in basically 2 places. Now some of you may be saying, but Tom, it's tabbed in 3 places. There are a set of tabs right here, and you get all these down through here. Those correspond with this, and this corresponds with this. So that's how that works. Also, where is it? I don't see it. I did break mine. I thought I mentioned that, and I broke it. Let's zoom in here. There's supposed to be a tab right here, and it goes into this translucent piece, and it helps to stabilize everything. And I broke it. It fell. The direction I was following the directions, and it just broke on me. All right, let's go move on to the next thing. So the next step is to remove the legs, get them out of the way. So what we do is we come over here to this bottom ratchet, and we need to move it 4 clicks up after we unhook it from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do it on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. Okay. Let's just get it out of the way. And then we take our tail and we bring it up here on this ratchet right here. And it's got a, let me go hands-free here for just a second. If I can get in here to where you can see it, there is a port right here and a pin right here. And it's difficult to get it in there, but it is possible. So that's what you got to do next. Well, not next, but that's what we're going to end up doing here in a few minutes. Alright, now we have to orientate the legs properly. And we can move this piece, that you all can't see this piece, just move it to get it out of the way. Straighten the foot out on both sides, do the same thing. Okay. Then we, just using this joint, we just bring his leg down so that it's straight. We'll do that on both sides. Alright, once we get it straight, we can rotate them so that they're orientated properly. Now, let me zoom in here if it's to where I can. Pardon me for shaking the camera. If you notice, there is a little gray spot right here. This thing is going to plug into that. So, you need to angle it properly and then just kind of rotate it in. And that will set right in there, right like that. We can actually do that on both sides here. It's pinned in right here just with a little small latch. You just pull it straight up, find your pin here, find your tab, and then just rotate one to the other until they go in. And we do that, there's 4 of them. So we just do that on all sides, and it makes it nice and coherent. It actually looks pretty doggone good. I like the pistons, I really do. There we go. Let's see here. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to need to rotate the waist around. So pick him up and rotate your waist around 180 degrees so that it looks like this. Okay, here's a place where that pin would have gone. The one that I broke off right here that you all can't see, the one that's supposed to go right there would have went right there. Not much I can do about that. So take this section, fold it up and down, and let's see, do we want to do that first? Well, no, let's not do that just yet. Take your section right here, remember that plug and that port I told you about? Well, see, go ahead and rotate it, and it's kind of hard to get it in here, but it is doable. I just then did it. So bring that down, bring your tail up on that ratchet, and now he's almost ready to stand on his own. Rotate your feet down, give him a little bit of an A stance. Don't be that way. Alright, hang on a second while I get him to stand. Okay, so what I did off camera was I brought up the knee pads, straightened out the feet, and I put the legs, the scorpion legs behind and around the tail there, as you can see. So that's pretty much, pardon me, everything I have done so far. Now it's really just a matter of getting everything lined up properly. Let's see here, we can rotate these down. We can, there's a thing here, right, the flap. We bring our arm in, shut the flap back. We rotate so that our arm is orientated the way that we want it. And then we just kind of, yeah, I'm going to put mine like that, just to get it kind of out of the way. Move your guns. Now, he's got the elbow there, the ratchet thing. Okay, so we've got it, that's one arm done. I didn't tell you how I did that at all, did I? Okay, so we come over here, rotate it into proper orientation. Then we take this flap here, make sure it's out of the way. This joint right here that we moved, straighten it up and put it back in there where it belongs. Rotate our guns out of the way. Let's see here. You know what? I think I got this one backwards. I think it needs to go like this. There we go. That's correct. Okay. And then we just rotate our hands around until they're the way we want them. And there's that. Now, the last thing we need to do here, we can position this however. The last thing we need to do here is work on the head and face. And I'll be the first one to tell you I'm not the greatest when it comes to that. We take our little headmaster dude here and we put him into, let's see, proper head configuration. And just that quick, we get his head together. This chain, more often than not, gets in my way. But I imagine that's just me, and other people really enjoy it, and there's never a problem that way. So, alright, so now we need to work on the chest here. And it's kind of one of those situations where it's easier to say that we're going to work on the chest than to actually do it. There's a trick here. You gotta get this thing up so that it looks like that. Rotate everything around, pull this down in front. Alright folks, I broke it again. The freaking headmaster, the head, the face, came right off the headmaster. It was just on 2 pegs. Came right off. All I can say is I'm very glad I bought this thing on a sale, because it is not living up to my expectation. Not at all. Now, we can rotate this. We can put the shield on here. It'll fit right there. It's got a pin and a port. Quite frankly, I'm becoming extremely hesitant to mess with this thing at this point. I don't trust it anymore. I mean, I really don't. I'm not trusting this thing at all at this point. I know there's some way to man, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit distraught at this point. I broke it again. I know there's a way. He's got a hand in here somewhere. Dog if I know where it's at. I'll look around and see if I can find it. So I've been trying to figure out how to get his hands out, the actual hands, and the directions didn't really help me all that much. It all comes down to this piece right here, this solid chunk comes off. So first thing you have to do, it's locked in place by this thing. So you wiggle it until it'll come off, he says. That's how you gotta do it. It's just a matter of getting it, what's the proper word, orientated, and it'll just slide right off. It's just on this track right here. Then this thing just splits into, and it'll come off, and you have to rotate your hand so that it'll just come right off, and it just clips right over this. And then you got your hand right here. Just bring it back into place, rotate it, and he now has a hand. Now I have to tell you, it is incredibly unproportioned for his torso. I mean, articulation, it rotates back and forth. The thumb is on a ball joint. It's got a single knuckle. Why don't I see if I can zoom in here and give you all a little bit better look at it. Each finger has a ball joint, and it is single pin on each finger. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay. I don't ever, and I mean ever, expect to use this, so I'm not 100% sure what the benefit of it is for me, other than, hey, here it is, something else that you can use. So putting it back on should theoretically be absolutely as simple as taking it off. Just get it in here, move stuff around, lock it in place, take your piece here, and just lock it in place, and there you go. So yeah. So we're looking at the back of the figure right now, and something interesting I discovered on Pandemus. Pandemus came with a gun, and well, of course nothing ever works when you're trying to do it on camera, but there are two little tabs here, and of course it has to be persnickety because the camera's on. You push these tabs in, come in here with a spudger or something, and you can open this up and remove one of those ammunition things that Pandemus had. Both sides have them, both legs have them. So that's neat. It's a filler. Effectively, is what it is in this. Honestly, we don't need it. He didn't come with a gun, so yeah. I mean, what's the point of it? He didn't come with a gun, so he can't really use it. Yeah. Final thoughts wise, I bought this on sale for $200. It was retailed at $450, if I remember correctly, at TF Source when they first got it. I think I got a deal on it. It just, you know, for the price. But I broke the thing twice in two separate places. It has an incredible presence. Alright, why don't I just go down through the line. The quality, it's very heavy. I bet you it weighs about 4 or 5 pounds. It's nice and heavy, so we don't have that to worry about. But the plastic quality has not been sufficient to maintain something as simple as transformation. Now, I grant that I might be heavy-handed. However, the tabs and the things that I broke were thin, and they were small, and they weren't there to be stressed. Additionally, I did what I could following the directions and ended up breaking the stuff. So that needs to be addressed. The, let's see, quality, the playability. Let me be very clear here. I will never again transform this thing. I'll never again do it. My hope is to get the Toy Hack sticker set to enhance a little bit here and there, and I will do that. But I'll never again transform it. It's seen Scorpion mode, it's seen Temple mode. It'll never again be in anything other than what you see it as here. Now, the cost, like I said, I bought it at a great discount at TF Source. Should you buy this? This is my absolute very first Make Toys Citybot. And I grant that breaking it probably has affected me somewhat. It has an incredible presence. If you're going to buy it and just set it on a shelf, I think it's absolutely worth $200. If you are going to sit here and flip it back and forth, I can't recommend it. The scorpion legs fall off if you look at them the wrong way. I ended up breaking the head, and again, I wasn't being ham-handed with it. The only place that you can hold the thing here, the stick, is in the right hand, unless you take that one off and put it over there on that other one. He scales very well with the Fans Hobby Double Evil, so I'm very pleased with that. And I have to say, in the event that they end up making a Fort Max and they recolor it for whatever that figure's name was, I'll probably break down and buy it too, because it matches so well. And then we'll have two that match together, and the Fans Hobby one works with this as well. Should you buy it? I think that, again, for the price, it is really good for what you're getting. I would not pay more than $200 for it, though. Thanks for watching. Nemesis and I will see you at the next review, which hopefully the next review should be the sticker set for this guy, and I can, much like with the yellow Constructicons, I'll pick and choose which ones I want, and we'll go from there. Thanks again for watching.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Another satisfied customer of Vitamin John. Operators are standing by. Call now. And now, for our good friends in Canada, Vitamin John is now available at your local retailer, Walmart, Shopko, Costco, wherever else I can think of to sell it. Or you can call the number on your screen now. Vitamin John operators are standing by. Call now!